Hello and welcome to my channel. It is so cold out here, but I love it. I can see my breath. I wanted to talk. I haven't made a video like this in a while, and I really miss doing these because I feel like it sparks thoughts in people, and I feel like that's a good thing. So a couple weeks ago, I was laying outside, and it's just starting to get really cold outside, so I was feeling chilly. I was all bundled up, and I was laying under the stars, and I was just looking at the stars, and I was laying there, and everything was so quiet and cold, and all you could hear was whatever animals were out at the time, and all I could see in the sky were these twinkling, beautiful stars. And I started thinking about how we are so much more than what I've been making myself out to be. And I just felt this overwhelming sadness and disappointedness in myself because I've been putting so much pressure on myself to be something I'm not. And I felt very disconnected from myself. And I didn't realize it until I was laying under those stars. So I felt really sad. I cried a little bit, and I went in and I went to bed. I was like, that's too much. That's a good way to end the day. But I'm really glad I had that realization because I do truly feel like I have completely disconnected from myself. Maybe not completely because I was able to have that realization when I was outside, but I just have been so caught up in what the pressures of what other people want me to be and pressures of society, and I don't know, just haven't been myself. And I realized I needed to be outside more. Haven't been outside. It's hard once you are, I lived outside for a while. I lived outside for a few years, and living outside, I really enjoy living outside much better than living indoors. Because when you live indoors, it's like you're in a box. You're literally in a box, but you kind of forget what's outside of that box, and you become so disconnected from what's outside of that box, and you're wrapped up with what's inside the box, and a lot of the times what we have inside that box is stillness, darkness, TV, media, comfort. Everything is comfortable, but when you're outside, it's a little different. You're cold, you gotta bundle up. When you're outside, you're, protecting yourself from the elements of the earth, and when you're inside, you're kind of safe, and so it keeps you from getting outside of your box. But I notice the more that I'm in the box, I feel disconnected, I feel uprooted, I feel like a flower that's been pulled from the ground. I feel like I'm wilting. I know that sounds so funny, but I truly feel like I thrive the best outside, and I feel like the more I'm outside, the more rooted I become. And I noticed when I was laying out there that I become so far away from myself, so wrapped up in my job, so wrapped up in this box. Yeah, and I felt pretty disappointed in myself because I've never been so disconnected. So